Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to another episode of DOOP by the River. I'm your boy at Barcelona Philly United of all things sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. And today on DOOP by the River, I am still buzzing. We just got done beating the Sporting Kansas City in the quarterfinals of the MLS is Back tournament, and we are on to the next round. And today we're going to look back at this match before we move on to our next match. But before we move forward with this episode, real quick, guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help your boy out. And of course, DOOP by the River and El Parcero are proud members of PSN, Philly Sports Network. I will leave a link in the description below so you guys can check out Philly Sports Network. But head on over there for all your Philly sports needs, from the Eagles, Phillies, Sixers, Flyers, Fusion, all the college sports. We got you covered on PSN for all your needs there. And don't forget to subscribe to the PSN Philadelphia Union podcast, DOOP by the River podcast edition. We cover the Philadelphia Union every single week, so stay up to date with DOOP by the River podcast edition. A rate and subscription would mean the world to all of us over at PSN. But guys, we did it! We did it! We finally got over the hump. Last season, we got our first playoff win. This year, we got our second ever playoff win, and we are now on to the semifinals. In most normal years, we would be in what would be the Eastern Conference Finals. But with what's been going on and being in this weird tournament, the Union are now in the semifinals of the MLS is Back tournament. And it's crazy to say, like I keep telling myself, the Union are in the semifinals. It is still a crazy thought to think. But let's look at the match. What went down in the match. We'll look at the formation, the lineups, and some individual accolades there as well. But look, going into this match, we talked about it in the preview. I was not that worried. I think in the New England match, the Union really proved a lot to me. New England really brought it to the Philadelphia Union, and they really matched it. And then obviously with Sporting Kansas City, we all know, Peter Vermes has really created a really good environment and really good culture over there in Kansas City. And we were going to have to match the energy that Peter Vermes was going to bring. You knew he was going to bring a good game plan to play us. Alin Polido, even though this Sporting KC attack has not been clicking, we will get to in a second, Alin Polido is still a capable goal scorer to score at any moment in any match. So that was going to be a worrisome as well. And the fact that, too, Sporting KC have been a solid team defensively, if you think about it, in this tournament. The only real, downfall was, obviously the Minnesota match where they allowed 2 goals in 20 minutes, or the Colorado match where they allowed a 9-man Colorado team to score 2 goals on them. But other than that, Sporting KC looked really good. But for the Philadelphia Union, listen, it started off each team were methodical in their attack. They were still trying to feel each other out in the first 20 minutes. And throughout the match for Sporting Kansas City, and I noticed it really in the beginning, was, a lot of people were thinking that, the Union defense, were really was a stifling defense. And, I will give credit to where it deserves. But the Sporting Kansas City attack throughout this tournament has not been clicking like I would expect a Peter Vermes attack to be clicking. You have talented players as well. There was a lot of missed opportunities by Sporting Kansas City, the wrong passes, not looking for the outlet passes as well. They had a lot of missed opportunities, which the Philadelphia Union, I think, really took advantage of. But we do have to give credit to our Union defense because they did play really well. Scoring started early, 24th minute. Some nice play. Ray Gaddis was able to sneak in and get the ball to Sergio Santos Gomes, who was then able to slide it through to Alejandro Bedoya, who made a nice run to the box. And Ali would just center it to Jamiro Montero. Jamiro had a wide open net, and giving Jamiro his first goal of this tournament here. And then 2 minutes later, literally 2 minutes later, on the counter attack, SKC had a free kick in the Union end, and this Union counterattack demonstrated the speed that we absolutely have. It literally took one header, and one header from Ray Gaddis. Sergio Santos would then chase the ball. Sergio Santos outran everyone and took the ball all the way down. I think he ran at least 80 yards all the way to the other end and scored a nice goal. Tim Melia could not do anything about it, and the Union would go up 2-0. And at that point, man, I was absolutely geeking. Of course, I wanted the match to just end right then and there, but we still had a lot of work to do. But I did not expect the Union in that early. We're talking 26 minutes into the first half. The Union have a 2-0 lead. I was not expecting that whatsoever. But then we had 13 minutes later. We fast forward, and this is where the play where everyone in the world knew who Brandon Aronson was. Any casual soccer fan around the world knew who Brandon Aronson was at that moment. Brandon Aronson had the ball in the SKC final third, and what a beautiful, precise pass, knowing that Sergio Santos had open space right in front of him. Brandon just sailed that bad boy through, and Sergio would just knock it right in, giving the Union a 3-0 lead with 6 minutes left in the first half. And of course, the nice little celebrations going on with Sergio and Jose Brujo Martinez. And I did not know what to think at that moment. And I really thought that we would really lock this match up. But then in the first minute of injury time, in the end of the first half, Alin Pulido from a nice assist from Johnny Ross. Johnny Ross had a nice match as well. Alin Pulido got his goal in this match, and that unfortunately would be the lone goal in this match. In the second half, SKC did worry me a little bit. They had some nice opportunities. They were attacking. They were more precise. They were more persistent. Peter Vermees was not having any of the terrible, I guess you could say, performance that this team was having in the first half. You could see Peter Vermees getting animated on the sidelines, adjusting his mask a couple of times. It's kind of funny to see, to be quite honest with you. But there was a goal that was called off. It looked like SKC had the second goal. But Kinda, who just got subbed in the beginning of the second half, Peter Vermees made some serious move. Right in the beginning of the second half, he made 2 subs, subbing out Bucio and Luis Martins for Gadi Kinda and Amado Dia. And you knew Peter Vermees was not playing any games, making 2 subs at the beginning of the second half. And the subs, I think, definitely worked. Kind of added an extra spark and attack for SKC, but it still was just not enough for SKC to, get 2 goals in one half. Philadelphia let loose the gas pedal a little bit, but they've refound their strides and they got back into it. And the Philadelphia Union absolutely did a fantastic job. They closed out this match, winning it 3-1. And this was the best performance by the Philadelphia Union in this tournament here. But I feel it, guys. I genuinely feel it. We'll get to it in a second. But what a great performance here by the Philadelphia Union. Let's head over to now the lineup and the formation this team went with. Formation didn't change. 4-4-2 diamond. I talked about maybe the potential seeing a 4-2-3-1. SKC, in the matches that I've seen them play, they like to start off fast. And I've seen a team like Minnesota United, take advantage of SKC, a tired SKC team in the second half. So I threw that out there, but we stuck with the 4-4-2 diamond, and it was perfect because it worked. It really did work, and they stuck with that philosophy throughout the match. SKC really did not know what to do. Excuse me. So great job with the sticking to the formula of winning that's been working so far in this tournament. And with the starting goalkeeper here for your Philadelphia Union, no surprise, Andre Blake. Now, I believe Andre in this match did not have as tough as a job as he did in some of the other matches. And it's crazy because when SKC was playing against Vancouver, SKC really brought it to Vancouver's young goalkeeper Hassel. But the Union kept Andre Blake pretty clean, which was a pretty good thing to see there. In your back line, this back line had a lot to do with the success with the Philadelphia Union in this match. Starting from left to right, Kai Wagner, Mark McKenzie, Jack Elliott, and Ray Gaddis. Listen, all these guys, I have nothing bad to say. They all played really well. Kai Wagner is active on the attack, but again, he had a really solid defensive performance. And kudos to Peter Vermees for making a little a change in the lineup. Usually he goes with Kiri Shelton as that right winger, and he went with Johnny Russell, who's more of a physical guy, and it worked at times, but in the end, our defense was just too much for SKC to handle, and it really did work. Mark McKenzie, another great performance there, showing how good of a center back he is. Jack Elliott had a much better performance in the New England match. And then Ray Gaddis, really, we have to commend. This was probably the best match we've seen Ray Gaddis play. Unfortunately, he didn't get the goal, but he was active on the attack, guys, and he was active defensively. He was winning balls back. It was a really refreshing performance by Ray Gaddis as well. But Ray, we still want the goal, man. We still got 2 more matches. Get us the goal, buddy. Come on. All right, let's move on to the midfield here, guys. Starting from left to right, no surprises, no changes either. Jamiro Montero at that left shuttle midfielder. At the 6th role, Jose El Brujo Martinez. At that right shuttle midfielder, Alejandro Bedoya. And at the tip of the diamond, Mr. Medford Messi, Brandon Aronson. Guys, I have to start Brandon Aronson here. Brandon Aronson had a fantastic match here. He was active all over the pitch. What else can I say? He had the nice assist to the Sergio Santos Gomes goal, which I could see that play over and over again. It was such a nice crisp pass that I could watch it that many times, and he cemented himself as a clear prospect for these European clubs. And Jim Kirchner even said it in the press conference after the match that, it's gonna suck. He's gonna suck seeing Brandon Aronson go, but he's gonna enjoy the time he has with now. He enjoys coaching Brandon Aronson, but it's inevitable. His time is coming. After this tournament, it would not surprise me if some of these German Bundesliga teams do come calling for him, whether it be Freiburg or Mönchengladbach or a Hoffenheim. Or Eintracht Frankfurt. These clubs are going to come and get Brandon Aronson, and this is good news for us. His play right now is good news for the Union. It's elevating his value, and we need to get the most out of these homegrowns. We need to start selling these kids. It sucks. It really sucks to say because I'm having so much fun in this run that we are having, but their time is coming very soon. So good performance by Brandon Aronson. Jamiro Montero, I want to say he finally got the goal he really deserved because he has been a really underrated player for us in this tournament. What he does is really you don't think about because last year he really demonstrated his skill. Like you can really tell his skill, but this year he's really been kind of like the facilitator. Him and Brandon Aronson, but I think Jamiro is more the facilitator. We even seen Jamiro drop back all the way back as sort of like the regista starting the attack from all the way back there. He does so much, and he finally deserved getting that goal. He had another great performance here. He was active on the counterattack. He was all over the pitch. Great performance by our number 10, Jose El Brujo Martinez. El Brujo Martinez, que loco que estás. Listen. He is another guy who is gaining a lot of affection, a lot of appreciation by a lot of Union fans. And a reminder that your boy here and my man Jupiter Ruiz from all the way in Venezuela, who covers Jose's former club, Zulua FC, we told you guys right here on this channel that this is a guy who's going to be a difference maker for the Philadelphia Union. All he had to do was get the feel for the league, and look at him now. We got eyes all over the MLS looking at this player. He absolutely had a fantastic game. And what was the crazy part about him in this match? We saw him use the long ball, guys. That was the issue with finding that next number 6 to replace Harris Medunjanin, was finding the 6 that can not only contribute in the defense, but Jose was dishing the long balls. Guys, if we get Jose's tenacity defense with Harris's long balls, holy fucking shit. I'm super excited to see what Jose Brujo is going to do next. He did get a yellow card, unfortunately, but he should be fine to play for the next match, which we will need. Jose, next match, no quiero ver ningún amarillo, no quiero ver ningún rojo, porque nos vamos a necesitar en el campeonato. So, Jose, I need you to play nice, play a little nice, you know what I'm saying? So, great performance by him. Alejandro Bedoya, quietly is having such a great tournament here. Ali is so persistent on the counterattacks. He's had so many interceptions, looking like Darius Slay out there. And he had that nice run for the first goal to slide in and then just get that nice cross to Jamiro Montero. So another great performance by our captain. Let's move on to the forwards here. Sergio Santos Gomes, Kasper Shibilka. I want to start with Sergio Santos because my man got a brace. Now. He has 8 goals in his MLS career, and he's starting to get the feel for the game. And he's going to be a really dangerous goal scorer. Once we have a normal season, guys, he's going to be, I'm telling you, he's going to compete for golden boots. And especially if the Union continue playing like this, woo, sky's the limit for this guy. He really played well. I mean, just like I think you really just need to look at the counterattack run, the second goal. My man ran 80 yards, sprinted 80 yards, and he was still the fastest guy on the pitch, and that's got to tell you everything. And those dance moves, he really has got those moves, and I can't wait to see what else he's got. Kasper Shabilko, unfortunately, guys, he did not have a good match. Missed opportunities. He missed some runs as well. And he was kind of quiet. And Jim even took him out earlier than I really expected here. In the 71st minute, we had Andrew Wooten come in for Kasper Shabilko, which was interesting to see. We haven't really seen Andrew Wooten in this tournament. We did see him in the New England match, but it was really late. And Jim, I guess, I don't know if he was just disappointed to see what Kasper was bringing. I mean, in the 71st minute, you still got 19 minutes left in the match. And I think that, for Jim, I think he saw something in Andrew maybe in practice, and he was not liking what he saw with Kasper. So he decided to go with Andrew at that moment. So that was definitely hard to see. But I expect Kasper to bounce back next match. We'll talk about it in the preview, whoever we play. But definitely a great performance. Not a great performance by Mr. Kasper Shabilko. Let's look at some of these other subs here. So in the first sub, obviously, I think it's a no-brainer at this point now. In the 61st minute, 53rd minute, we had Elsinho come in for Sergio Santos Gomes. Elsinho was pretty quiet. He did get fouled a couple times, but at that moment, we were up 3-1. It was just really trying to apply the pressure onto SKC, but we had the win locked up there. In the 86th minute, Jim made 2 substitutions, taking out Jamiro Montero and Brandon Aronson, and in would come Matt Rial and and Anthony Fontana. They both played in the midfield, and with 4 minutes left, not much that they could do as well. Guys, I don't know how to tell you how after the ref blew the whistle, so many emotions were running through me, and it sucks that we weren't down at the Sub, because I really wish we were down in the Sub, celebrating with other fellow Union fans. But this is our time, guys. I really feel it. I genuinely feel it. I got goosebumps right now. My hands are clammy. This is our moment. We've waited 11 years for the Union to finally be what we want here in Philly. Obviously, in Philly sports, we don't have a long, history of winning. We're not Boston, right? We're not New York. But we deserve this. We deserve to have a good soccer team here in Philadelphia. And I'm going to go off tangent a little bit here. Philadelphia needs to start paying attention to this team. We starve so much for championships. How long do we wait for an Eagles Super Bowl? And 3 years after the Eagles won their Lombardi trophy, Philly, we're about to get an MLS Cup to our resume. All 5 Philly teams are going to get a championship by the end of this year. You can mark it down. I feel super confident about it. I'm so ready. So we're still waiting to see who's going to be our next opponent, whether it be Portland, whether it be NYCFC. But this performance has really, truly inspired me. This was the best performance by the Philadelphia Union in this tournament thus far. The way they turned out, they were underdogs. The first time in this tournament, they were underdogs. And the Union said, I bet. They came out and they showed who they were right off the bat. They imposed their will. They were physical as hell. The SKC did not know what to do. They could not match our intensity. And I'm ready for the semifinals. Bring it on, Portland. Bring it on, New York. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Guys, thank you so much for watching. In the comments below, let me know how you feel. Are you buzzing like your boy is? I'm super ecstatic right now, guys. If we win next week, y'all can catch me on Broad Street. Best believe that. But let me know in the comments below what your thoughts were on this match here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help your boy grow. Don't forget to check out PSN. Again, that link will be in the descriptions below, as well will be the DOOP by the River link too. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm your boy, Parcero Philly, the united of all things sports and culture, and I'm telling you guys to DOOP on. Let's go, Union!